Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, which emphasizes that evolution is formed through natural selection, is the most popular theory in biological science. However, there are several other theories of evolution formulated, both before and after Darwin. Evolution is one of the theories in biological science that states that various types of plants, animals, and other living things on Earth come from other types that have existed before. This theory is key in modern biological theory. The theory of evolution, in fact, existed long before it was popularized by Darwin. Evolutionary biology is known to have its roots in the thought of evolution and transmutation of species initiated by the Greek philosopher Anaximander. The thought then developed in the time of Aristotle. 1. Aristotle's theory of evolution. The evolutionary theory of Aristotle and his colleagues is often known as the period of Fixism. Their thinking was more patterned on science fiction that was close to myth. One of the concepts that developed until the 18th century was the notion that organisms were God's creation, which became known as the theory of special creation. In addition, they also argued that defects in limbs were a curse, not changes in living things due to natural selection or genetic mutations. 2. Lamarck's theory of evolution. The great French naturalist, Jean-Baptiste de Monnet, Chevalier de Lamarck argued that living organisms represent a progression, with humans as the highest form. This view was later proposed as the theory of the evolution of life in the early 19th century. According to him, organisms evolved over thousands of years from lower to higher forms, a process that is still ongoing and culminates in humans. Differences between individuals occur because of the habits of the individual. According to this theory, the characteristics of the organism will be inherited. This idea came to be known as Lamarckism. Although his theory did not match the development of science, Lamarck made important contributions to the stages of biological evolution, and encouraged countless subsequent studies. 3. Darwin's theory of evolution. Darwin, whose real name was Charles Robert Darwin, introduced the theory of evolution by natural selection. This theory was first formulated in Charles Darwin's book, On the Origin of Species in 1859, which explains how organisms evolve from generation to generation through the inheritance of physical or behavioral traits. In Darwin's view, individuals with traits that allow them to adapt to their environment will help them survive and have more offspring who will inherit those traits. Darwin collected evidence showing that evolution had occurred. He concluded that diverse organisms had a common ancestor, and living things had changed drastically throughout Earth's history. 4. Weismann's theory of evolution. August Friedrich Leopold Weismann studied how traits developed and evolved in various organisms, mostly insects and aquatic animals, in Germany in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Weismann proposed the theory of germplasm continuity, a theory of heredity. He argued that only changes in germ cells could be inherited, not body cells. In 1896, based on his germplasm theory, Weismann proposed the theory of germinal selection, as an extension of the theory of evolution by natural selection in Übergerminal selection, Einkelbestimmt Charaktervariation.